So here we are today with Arshiya Parmar, one of the girls that were chosen to be in our swimsuit calendar. We interviewed dozens of girls, and it's pretty obvious why Arshiya made the final cut, and we're so pleased to have her with us today. Arshiya, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you came to this point to be with us today on Krabi Island in beautiful Phuket, Thailand.
Well, I had shot with Darren, the photographer, before, and he said, you know, come to the casting, and I met with everyone, and, you know, personalities and everything hit it off. So I was excited to hear when we would be in Thailand, because I had seen the James Bond movie, Man with the Golden Gun, and The Beach, and I knew they had beautiful beaches, and the fact that I saw those and appreciated those beaches and I'm here now is just like so great.
And when you saw those, did you think someday I'm going to make sure that I wind up right there?
I did.
Did you really?
I did. It was so beautiful. I knew it's one of the few things I knew I really was going to do before I died.
Now, Arshiya's got a really interesting background too. From her name, you can probably tell she is of Indian origin, but tell us a little bit about why you sound so much like an American.
Well, actually, I was born in India, and I grew up for the first 6 years in the mountains, but I moved to New Zealand when I was young, 6 years old. I lived there for a couple of years, lived in Australia for a couple of years.
Which mountains did you grow up in?
Himachal.
Ah, the Himachal Hills.
Himalayan ranges near there. But I would say home is California, because that's the longest I've been in one country. It's been almost 10 years now. So that's why I sound like this. So
it's safe to say that you made the transition from the Himachal Hills to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I went from like the villages of India to the glitz and glam of LA, and then back to the paradise we call Thailand.
And somehow you still seem to be able to cross back and forth between both of those incredibly diverse cultures.
I think it's the fact that I really like different cultures, and advantage of moving around a lot, you assimilate well and you adjust well. Adjusting and adapting is the best way to live, really.
I also noticed too that you expressed to us that even though you were chosen for not only your physical beauty but also your personality, we knew you would be just a great team member. But this is really your first swimsuit shoot. Yeah,
this is my first swimsuit shoot, and it's funny because the photographer didn't know that until recently, and yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well for my first one. I hope I can prove that to be right when the images come out.
Well, we've seen, I guess, what we could call the dailies, and so far everything is spectacular. Where do you see yourself going in the industry?
I really see myself acting in alternative independent movies in India. Not so much, personally my style is not so much the typical Bollywood, because I was trained in LA for acting in conservatory theater, and the style is different there. And I'm really into movies that have a strong core storyline, plot, characters, you know, built into the core. So
have you done any work like that yet?
Yes, I have, but they've been smaller, you know, building up my resume, and that's why I came to India, really.
So you're going to continue to model, and where do you go from here? What's your next job? I know the life of an international star model like yourself is one of hopping on and off jets. Where are you headed next? Actually,
the next shoot I know about is in another beautiful paradise, and it's another swimsuit, so it'll be my second. And I guess I'll have good experience from this. We'll be in Maldives, and I hear Maldives is so beautiful, and I didn't know it existed because it's such a small place. I even Google satellite imaged it, and it looks like little pockets of sand in the water in the ocean, but I'm very excited about that.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. In any of the previous TV or film work, any of your fans, and a lot of people are going to become your fans when they see this online, they see it on our website. Where might somebody see some of your work?
If you lived in New York, I used to, since I was 16 years old, I did on-air hosting correspondent work for a South Asian-based company called ACU, and my interviews that I did with politicians and actors and people on television were in a show called Pulse of Desi Beat in New York, and in Los Angeles I had done a show called Showbiz India, and I was in 10 episodes of that, and I did an episode of Outsourced actually, but it got canceled second season. So, and also another websode that's doing really well. It has more than 1 million hits. It's called The Desi OC. It's an Indian version of the OC that did really well. And the other characters, other actors on the show are doing really well for themselves in LA, so I'm really proud for them. Fantastic.
Now one last thing, what's the date today?
It is the 8th.
And what is the 8th?
8th is the night leading up to the night of my birthday, which means we should go out tonight and rein it in. I mean, being in Thailand on your birthdays, I mean, that's really cool.
That's right. So tonight we're going to be partying in the streets of Phuket, Bangalore Road, and it's going to be all about Arshiya's birthday. So thanks, and stay tuned for more.